think this fair is a first for Sydney. It's a very interesting and innovative event. It's about time there was a Sydney Aboriginal and Oceanic art fair. It's been a long time coming. The Aboriginal art market is very buoyant at the moment, and it's a great opportunity for the art centres to exhibit alongside the mainstream galleries, for the galleries to show how the artists that they represent exclusively outside of art centre management, for a number of the Indigenous owned businesses to exhibit their wares, and I think it's a sign of the maturity of the Aboriginal art scene that an event such as this is sustainable, and one hopes that it will become a regular event on the Sydney calendar.
A fair like has been organised here. It's long overdue. I can't understand why there hasn't been one in Sydney long before this. They work extremely well in Brussels, in Paris, in New York, and for the first time we've got one in Sydney. I'm just very proud to be part of it.
It was an event and a situation that needed to happen in Sydney, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to expose Sydney to a range of arts from Aboriginal people.
It's really great for us because we can see what sort of value we can actually, when we move into the mainstream, we can see what sort of value of our paintings and craft work.
It's fantastic. You've got something from everywhere, every different kind of art you would never believe that you would have.
I think as a first fair, it's got some very good ideas, and there's been an interesting choice of participants in the fair, and I think it's laying the grassroots for greater development into a bigger and more substantial fair. I think the location of it is excellent. I think it's a very good venue.
It is great. It is great, and the venue is great too, and I like going out there on the balcony in the daytime. I can't wait to come and see it again.
Very happy. It's been very well organised. A beautiful location, sitting in the middle of Australia's icons here, and definitely a beautiful spot. And the organisation, Petra's, I can only commend you for that.
Yeah, we're glad to come in. It's a good experience for us to actually travel as far. I haven't been to Sydney before, and just the setup here is just really professional, I reckon, so it's been really good.
It's good to be here, just come and have a look at the country too.
It's a great way people can see Aboriginal art, otherwise they'd have to go all over Australia to see a lot of this. They can get it all here in one spot right here in Circular Quay, where it all, for particularly tourists.
Basically it's an educational display. A lot of people come in and want to buy the merchandise, but this is a teaching collection. Copyright infringements is sort of the core issue here. Most people are really interested in the issues and see the relevance of having a stall like this here in the midst of people selling Aboriginal art as contemporary fine art, because this is a spin-off.
We've mainly concentrated on Arnhem Land art institutions that are owned by communities in central, northeastern Arnhem Land. People have been really responsive to the range of artwork and the variety that's available from just that area alone. So it's been good to show people that there are vast differences amongst the Aboriginal institutions and the art that they can provide.
Most of the people who come in to see me are collectors and looking to buy.
The work we're seeing here tonight is the substance of life. I mean, this is what it all comes from and emanates from. This is so rich. I believe that the work we're seeing here tonight is the core of creation on a certain level, because it's ancient and it's contemporary and it's relative to every dimension of life, every era of life. It's reflective of civilization from its very early days to now. It's very symbolic. It has substance. It's beautiful. It's not faddish. It's not fashionable. It's absolutely the substance of life, I think, what we're seeing here tonight. And so we're here because we love it, and we support it and we want to have it in our lives, cover every wall of our I certainly would like to have it in every wall of my living area. I'd like to live with all of this work that I'm seeing tonight. I mean, obviously it's very diverse. It's very diverse and it caters to everyone's taste. You don't even need to see any contemporary modern abstract art when you see this.
Well, I'm very happy that finally Sydney as well has a special fair, art fair for Aboriginal art in the Pacific, because I think there is so much in this culture which is expressed in the art to offer, to teach, and I find it fascinating, and I'm very happy that I don't have to go to Melbourne anymore. And here in Sydney, they will have the best coming up, and with year to come it will develop in a more important. So I see this initiative extremely wonderful, welcome, and I'm sure it's a great idea, and I'm very happy.
We certainly enjoyed this show. I think that sort of helps to develop the people's understanding in Aboriginal art, which has so much to offer. And Australia is now on the international standing thanks to Aboriginal art and Aborigine culture. And I think the development of it in Sydney should be welcome. And that gives a lot of exhibitors a lot of chance to exhibit and show the Aboriginal art, and we enjoyed it very much.
All this sort of work is absolutely timeless, and it's really contemporary at the same time. And I think that the spiritual and cultural, the spiritual significance of this kind of work is just so present in it that it makes most abstract contemporary art look quite sort of shallow and uninteresting to me. So I think it's beautiful everywhere. It looks great in any kind of modern interior. It's timeless work.
This is a very important beginning for this type of fair. It hasn't been held before.
It's a great forum to show this kind of work and have everyone together, which I think is a wonderful idea.
I think the exhibition is a fabulous exhibition. I think there's the most amazing works for sale, and this is my first visit to such an Aboriginal fair, and I do hope that there will be plenty more in the future. I think there's some super pieces.
I think it's very touching. Some of the pieces are very accessible to everyone. I think without any knowledge of the particular culture, you can still understand it. It touches people on different levels. And I know there's big interest in it, not only in Australia, but everywhere.
I think this is a great opportunity for Aboriginal artists in Arnhem Land to express their art and to divulge their common knowledge with European Antipodean settlers.
There's the most wonderful artists here, a lot of Emily's paintings, Boxer Milner. A lot of my favourite Aboriginal artists are featured here tonight, so I'm very happy.
It's an absolutely great idea that this have to happen. And it's been long come from that it had to happen, because it's I think a great idea. The heart of Australia is here today. And this is what we're looking at now. And the people like the House of the Aboriginal, it should be listened to them and what they're doing today. And I'm absolutely loved it. I'm here today as an African, Australian African, and I enjoy myself. And I think it'd be more Australian coming to see it today. It would be absolutely fantastic. It's a great thing. And it had to go on. We can't stop from here.
Absolutely, you have to have at least once a year, at least.
Coming from Bachelor, it's something that we're not used to, this type of thing, and these types of exhibitions. And I think it augurs well if we have it's more of the same.
Like Aboriginal art these days is it's starting to move into all different kinds of countries, and it's getting really big. But in Australia itself, it needs to be publicised a bit more, and they get right out there and get back into the own culture and the people of Australia. Because with arts, the traditional art, I think it's going to be going for another thousands of years. So it's really good to break into Sydney here, because it's and that's a lot bigger than our place. We only got 3,000 people.
Many international people, French, Belgian, German. I've been very happy in that regard.
We think it was very beneficial to get the art of our students and our artists in residence program out into a more public arena than what we're used to.
People have been, again, much the same thing. They've been excited by the fact that they can see such a variety of artwork, both national and international, at the fair. They're very excited and hope that the thing will grow and be an ongoing event in the future.
I feel very proud of our Indigenous art, and like I was speaking to the people over there from Tonga, and they have similar types of what they do with their art, and they have the same problems that we have in getting it into the public arena. And I feel I've looked around, and a lot of the art I'm familiar with, because there's a lot of people coming here from the Northern Territory, and I've spoken to them, and I feel there should be more of our artists down here, the actual artists themselves.
Those who want to see work from the community want to see some substantial things.
Business-wise, sales have been good, but I think even more importantly than that are the connections I've made. All sorts of people have been through. People who have never seen Oceanic art before have been very interested. Hopefully people I'll be in contact with in the future.
We would certainly come back again. It's been a worthwhile experience, and Alice was here yesterday, and she has sold some of quite a bit of our art from the students and arts from the communities, and we definitely will come down again.
The exposure that we've achieved from it has been a very good thing.
Oh, definitely. Next year should be better.
I think the fair will generate future sales.
It's good to be come back again and maybe sell more art, craft stuff.
We'll definitely be attending the SAoAF fair next year.
The fair has worked extremely well. I'm very, very happy to be here. I'll definitely be back next year.
Definitely, that's why I've supported it. I think it's a really important and good thing to do, and I think it can grow.